What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new to my channel, my name is Krystal and I have a 6-month-old son who's like peeking his head up right now. He just woke up from a nap and I thought he might wanted to have slept more, but so for those of you who don't know us, I'm Krystal and this is my son Caden, who just turned 6 months old, if you could tell by the title of this video. So last Friday he turned 6 months old, and yesterday we had our 6-month checkup at the pediatrician. So I thought I would hop on here. I haven't made a video recently, but I thought I would make a little quick 6-month update and kind of just give you guys an update on everything that's been going on with Caden this month. So I think he wants to tell you guys too what's going on. So just to start, yesterday we went to his pediatrician and he weighed 17 pounds and like 9 ounces, and then his height, he's 27 inches long. So he was pretty average in all the growth charts and whatnot. He was considered fairly average, and I don't remember his head circumference, so I don't have that for you guys today, but he was 17 pounds, 9 ounces, and 27 inches long. So that's that. Also this past month we kind of hit sleep training again. If you watched my 4-month update, then you would have heard our whole story on sleep training, or attempting to sleep train at 4 months, which was extremely unsuccessful, and we had to redo that all like this past week. We like finally were just like, no, we need to do it. He needs to get sleep trained, and it's been like amazing. Last night was Thursday night, and we started the Tuesday before that. So not like 3 days ago, but like almost like a week and a half ago. And it's taken us a little bit longer, but I think it was because there was a couple nights that we weren't home, so we weren't extremely consistent with it, which I don't know, I don't really regret, because we also we have to get stuff done, and like we have family to hang out with, so he's not always gonna have this perfect schedule to a T, and I don't want to let him control our like social life like that. So there are going to be some nights where we stay out past his bedtime, but like he still falls asleep wherever we're at, so that's all that really matters. So I think that kind of threw him off a little bit, but so this whole past week we've been 7, like he gets a bath, and then 7:30. By 7:30 he's typically in his crib. I don't rock him. All I do is I give him a bath, I lotion him up, put him in his jammies. If he's not too fussy, we'll do a story. If he's just ready to go to bed, then I just nurse and lay him in his crib right after nursing when he's wide awake. I used to rock him a little bit and get him sleepy, but ever since like we started this kind of sleep training, I want him to learn how to fall asleep on his own. So the first night was really hard, but we had to do it, and it took maybe 20 minutes at the most for him to fall asleep, and it would get not significantly, but a few minutes shorter every night. And then one night, I think it was Monday, where it took like 20 minutes again, and I thought at that point it would have been better, but kind of going back and thinking that we had spent a couple of nights out of our routine, it probably like pushed him back. So this Monday he took 20 minutes to fall asleep. And then Tuesday, I had my mother-in-law, because she watches him Tuesday nights, I had my mother-in-law do the routine with him, and she said it took him like maybe 7 to 10 minutes to fall asleep. And then Wednesday was maybe like 10-15 minutes. And finally, you guys, last night was the first night I just laid him in there wide awake, and maybe 5 minutes later, 0 crying, he fell asleep all on his own. And that was just a really proud moment, and it finally felt like, okay, this is truly paying off. Because anyone who sleep trains is like, yeah, it's hard, it sucks, but in the end, it's worth it. And I wasn't really feeling that way until last night, when like I laid him in there wide awake, and he fell asleep within 5 minutes without any kind of fussing or crying. And then even through the night, I started like really getting a little more strict, because we would be picking him up maybe once or twice a night. If he got up twice a night, I would pick him up twice a night. And this time around, I said no, he's going to learn how to go back to sleep on his own. And in the middle of the night was actually easier. I thought it would be harder because I'm half asleep, I'm really tired. But it was actually easier because I think it's because I knew, like, he's made it through the night before and he doesn't need to eat. So it would take maybe 3 to 5 minutes of him crying this whole past week and he would go back to sleep. So he would still wake up in the middle of the night, but we wouldn't pick him up and he would fall right back to sleep. Until yesterday when we had his doctor's appointment, I would pick him up once a night to feed instead of twice a night. And also his pediatrician said he should not be waking up in the middle of the night. He's old enough to understand and like self-soothe back to sleep, and he weighs enough to go 10 hours without eating through the night. So she said, completely cut that feed out. Don't even, because I asked like, well, how am I supposed to kind of wean him off that midnight feeding? And she said, you cut it off. So I don't know who else has done that approach, but that's what we tried last night. He woke up at 3, I believe, to nurse essentially, and I waited 7 minutes and then I sent my husband in because he's also been rolling over in his sleep, but I think in his sleep sack he can't roll back onto his back. So he woke up upset, he wanted a nurse, and he couldn't roll back onto his back like he wanted to. So I sent my husband in there to give him his binky and turn him back onto his back. So he did that and kind of like soothed him for a minute and then walked out, and he started crying, of course. Not my husband, my baby. So Caden's crying at this point, and like literally maybe 2 minutes later he fell back asleep. So that was successful with completely not feeding at night, and then he didn't wake up until 6:30 this morning. So for him to be going to bed at 7:30 and waking up at 6:30, I'm pretty okay with that. I'm not going to push the 12 hours of sleep if, you know, he's sleeping consistently through the night and not waking up at all. So that is our situation right now with sleep training and his sleep. Yeah, so that's the situation. I will continue to update you guys, and if you guys want me to do like an in-depth sleep training video, I can. I don't feel like I have that many tips because we just kind of were winging it. But I will just say that we used the Ferber method for the most part, and that's what worked for us. So yeah, so that's the whole sleeping situation. Let me think what else. The pediatrician also said that he should be eating a lot more solid food than we are giving him. I think I've said like in my previous videos, he does not like baby food whatsoever. And I feel like I didn't want to force him to eat it if he didn't like it. So we were going to do baby-led weaning, which we still might do, but I think I do want to do some purees, because then I can, like, I don't know. I just, like, some purees are easier. Maybe I think that, but we'll see. So I do need to start giving him a lot more food. I would say he eats solids once a day right now, but he nurses quite a bit, and she wants me to, like, decrease the amount of times that I nurse a day because he's 6 months old, and I want to like wrap up breastfeeding at 1 year with him. So if I can like start cutting back a couple feeds now, it'll just be easier to wean him off within the next 6 months. And yeah, so we're going to attempt feeding him solids 3 times a day and nursing 3 times a day. So I will keep you guys updated with that as well. This month he completely like rolls over from back to tummy and tummy to back all on his own, and he is sitting up on his own now. Trying to think what else he does. I don't know if I said this in my last video because he's done this for a little while, but I'm not sure if he's done it for like more than a month. But he puts his own binky back in his mouth now. Sometimes he just likes to bite on the harder part, but he does know how to put it back in his mouth the right way. And the only thing he doesn't do is like at night he can't find his own binky, which he doesn't rely on it too much to fall back to sleep, but sometimes, which actually only last night my husband had to go back in and give it to him, but he doesn't need it to fall back asleep in the middle of the night. So he doesn't look for it. I'm sure if he did find it, he would probably fall back to sleep a lot quicker, but yeah. He's also, I think he's getting too big for the swing. The swing kind of seems really weighed down and does not go as fast. It's really slow when he's on it. So I think we're gonna bring the swing down pretty soon here. Let me know when you guys stopped putting your baby in the swing. I don't know if like it should definitely be down now that he rolls over, or if there's like a weight limit suggestion. So maybe let me know when you guys started like not putting your baby in the swing anymore. Like I said, he is 17 pounds, so he's weighing down that seat quite a bit. But I think like bigger babies, I'm sure, have been in there, so I don't know. We started putting him in a walker. I try not to too often because I do want him to learn how to crawl first. He likes tummy time a lot more than he used to, and we like are doing different exercises to encourage crawling, but he's not like putting himself on all fours attempting to crawl or anything yet. And he has learned how to how to bounce by himself in the little jumperoo, which is pretty cute because up until recently he hasn't learned how, and he would just kind of stand there and play with the toys. But now that he knows he can bounce himself, he enjoys it quite a bit more. And he's talking quite a bit more. I remember at 5 months, the whole time that he was 5 months old, he was kind of quieter than normal. 4 months was like a talkative month, and then 5 months just slowed down for some reason. And I feel like as soon as he turned 6 months old again, it kind of like flipped a switch, and he's talking a lot more, making different sounds. So yeah, I think honestly like that's about it. There isn't a whole lot more to talk about, I don't think, like except from like the big stuff. Like I said, that he rolls on his own, he likes tummy time, he sits up by himself. That is like, those are the main things, and we have things we're going to work towards at 7 months. So this month we'll just see how it goes, and then who knows, maybe at 7 months he'll be crawling. I think my nephew started crawling around 7 months, or like getting ready to crawl, so I think that this upcoming month or two are going to be some pretty exciting ones as he hits some new milestones. But I'm pretty excited that he can just sit up on his own and roll around, and he completely knocked his sock off. But yeah, he's also hitting a lot of milestones, and I can't believe that he is already 6 months old. It's really crazy to me. Like, half a year flies by so fast, and before I know it, he'll probably be, he'll be a year old. So I just am trying to enjoy every single moment I can with him, and cherish all these milestones, because it's really bittersweet to see him grow and like reach these milestones, but I love it because it makes me proud to see that he's accomplishing all these things. And so yeah, it's bittersweet for sure. But thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know if these monthly updates are your favorite, but I do like making them also just for myself to look back on in the future and remember what he was doing this 6th month of his life. So he is getting a little bit squirrely, and I'm going to cut this video off here since I don't have any other major milestones to share with you guys. And yeah, I know I haven't uploaded, but I'm going to try to upload again pretty early next week. It is my birthday weekend this weekend, as well as my husband's. My husband and I have the same birthday, so I won't be uploading at all this weekend, but early next week I would like to upload. And I'm also thinking about starting some vlogs pretty soon, but what I'm thinking early next week is going to be a cleaning routine or like a nighttime or morning routine with my son, because morning routine I'm on my own with him. My husband heads off to work, but it would be fun, I think, to show you guys our nighttime routine and like introduce my husband to you guys, because he does help in the evening when he gets home. So thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.